Imagine being born into society having massive gaps in your lips and on the roof of your mouth. These conditions are birth defects known as cleft lip and cleft palate, respectively. Due to the adverse physical and emotional impact on those born with cleft lip and cleft palate, it is imperative that these conditions be made more aware to the general public to facilitate more funding for surgery repairment. Today, we are going to discuss why cleft lip and palate are birth defects worthy of public acknowledgement and charitable contributions. These issues, therefore, require solutions that will mitigate the physical and emotional duress associated with cleft lip and cleft palate.
The first problem associated with having a cleft lip or palate is having little to no access to adequate health care. The surgery needed to repair a cleft lip or cleft palate can be costly, especially without insurance, and in impoverished countries, the lack of even minimum financial resources is absent. According to OperationSmile.org, last access April 24, 2016, billions of people lack access to any surgical care, and billions more lack access to safe and well-timed surgery. The actual statistics are alarming. According to the previously mentioned website, only 6.3% of an estimated 312.9 million surgical procedures performed each year go to the poorest third of our globe. This means that for the total of 312 million surgeries performed per year, only 20 million of them are actually being performed in all of the third world countries combined. According to YourDentistryGuide.com, last access, April 24, 2016, the minimum cost of a cleft palate or cleft lip surgery is a minimum $5,000. Some patients also require multiple surgeries to close the opening of the mouth or lip, which can increase the cost exponentially. According to dhp.edu, last access April 25, 2016, it is important to correct the cleft early in a child's life, usually between 6 months and 18 months of age. The same article goes on to mention that virtually every child born with a cleft lip or palate is able to live in a healthy life once the cleft has been repaired, so these surgeries are crucial. According to Huffington Post article, last updated March 25, 2016, a study done by SmileTrain in 83 countries between 2001 and 2011 said operations contributed at least $3 billion to the global economy. Not only is it beneficial to the children, but it has a ripple effect in our global economy, boosting both the lives of the people that had the surgeries performed and our economies. Adequate health care should be provided to provide surgeries to all children around the globe, not just the ones living in more developed areas.
The second problem children may face when living with cleft lip or cleft palate is related to societal acceptance. According to an article by NID.gov last updated on June 2009, social interaction also plays an imperative role in sustaining psychosocial limitations. Most children with cleft lip and palate may have less appealing facial structure or speech than those students without the conditions. There is a frequent mocking and bullying by others over the facial appearance of those with a cleft lip and palate. Self-appearance has a critical influence of a human being's self-esteem and psychological alteration affected by the cleft lip and palate abnormality. A social dilemma is created within a child's mental consciousness when he/she is classified differently from the group. A person's thoughts, feelings, and manners correlated to their physical appearance fosters self-reflective attitudes. The last article cited also states that research conducted on the issue notes obvious verbal communication deficiencies from those with cleft lip or palate. Additionally, communication difficulties experienced by persons with cleft lip and palate makes it more difficult to handle emotional issues experienced during their academic years. Research has shown that a significantly high percentage of children with cleft lip or palate are underachievers, alongside with the evidence of timidity with their peers, insecurity about their appearance, and lowered expectations by teachers and even parents.
The third and final problem associated with cleft lip or palate are the many health issues that are presented due to the facial or oral malformations. The challenges faced are based on the severity of the cleft lip or palate, but it's simply a fact that all babies will have trouble with certain activities. The deformation of the mouth creates problems associated with eating, speaking, and teething. The biggest problem that concerns most doctors when the baby is first born is whether or not the baby will be able to feed. With cleft palate, the deformity in the mouth makes it difficult to suck, which makes it hard for young babies to eat. On www.cleftline.org, last accessed April 24, 2016, it states, because of the cleft or opening between the mouth and nasal cavity, the baby cannot create the suction which is needed to officially pull milk from the bottle or breast. It is like trying to drink from a straw with a crack in it. Your baby may take longer to feed or have milk come out of its nose. This is called nasal regurgitation. The baby may also swallow more air while it's feeding. Because of these problems, you will need to make some changes or adaptations in the way you feed your baby. Children, until they are able to eat normally, will have many difficulties consuming food because of the opening in the roof of their mouth. The next health problem that comes from cleft lip or palate is a child's speaking abilities. Speech difficulties will form because of the roof of the mouth is used to form and shape the sounds of many words. Also, the cleft conditions make words sound very congested because of the separation in the upper lip. In order to fix the problem with speech, children must attend speech therapy classes. If the courses do not alleviate the speech impediments, further surgery is required to develop normal speech. The last health issue that comes from the birth defect is hearing. Problems with hearing occurs because of the fluid in the ear called middle ear infusion. Continuous fluid builds up in the ear because the eustachian tube in the back of the throat does not operate properly due to the cleft palate. The excess fluid not only causes a lack of hearing, but further result in permanent hearing loss.
Operation Smile was founded in 1982 when Dr. William P. Maggie Jr., a plastic surgeon, and his wife Kathleen, a nurse and clinical social worker, traveled to the Philippines with a group of medical volunteers to repair children's cleft lips and cleft palates. When in Naga City, approximately 300 families arrived hoping their children would receive help, but unfortunately due to lack of time, only 40 children were treated. This is when they promised the people of Naga City they would come back with more help, thus the creation of Operation Smile. Not only does Operation Smile help with cleft lips and cleft palates, but also focuses on creating foundations worldwide to raise awareness for the issue. The foundation also organizes student programs that teach leadership, commitment, and volunteerism in young people. OperationSmile.org states that since 1982, the foundation has helped hundreds of thousands of free surgeries performed in more than 60 countries. Approximately 312.9 million surgeries are performed each year through Operation Smile, which is very important considering that many worry about lack of access to safe surgical care or funding for the surgery. Our challenge will involve facing the social impacts of having a cleft lip, with the goal to raise awareness of the issue and attract donations to Operation Smile's organization. Our challenge involves drawing a cleft lip on the face, and the challenger will also hold up a sign with the hashtag #SaveASmile. We will then continue to take a portrait of the challenger and show them how they look so they can see it from another perspective. It is a serious condition, especially in impoverished countries, and now it is your turn to see how it feels like to be on the other side. If you choose not to partake in our challenge, you'll also have the option to donate. We created this activity because our group felt that there is a lack of awareness on this issue. We did this specific activity in hopes to generate more awareness and attract donors so that children around the world can benefit from the surgery in order to have a healthier lifestyle and a smile to show for it. By performing this activity, people will finally be able to see what a cleft lip looks like on themselves, because it is a self-reflection of them with one. Their concern for this issue will increase. They will only see the physical aspect of the issue, but that too is enough to be concerned. It is an issue we can solve, and with the help of increased awareness and donations generated by this activity, less people will have to suffer around the world. To donate and help the cause of the one in every 700 that develop cleft lip or palate during birth, please go to OperationSmile.org. Any donation counts in order to help those who cannot afford surgery to get this problem fixed. With your generosity, proper equipment can be installed in many poor areas to make the surgery safe and easy for young children. Also, a fully staffed operating room will be available for children with your donations. This can be a quick way to offer a new smile to every kid with cleft lip or palate. So we ask everyone to take this time out and visit OperationSmile.org to learn more about children with cleft lip or palate and join us in fundraising for a new and bigger smile. Now then, on to the challenge.
Dr. Maddox.
We challenge you to save a smile.
Or donate to OperationSmile.org.